Hi, everybody. Hope you had a fantastic break. And as we move along to the module five about exploratory data analysis, I want just to give you a couple of clarifications with regards to the guideline that you guys have on resources. So, a couple of hints that I want to give you, and so you can, actually perform your assignments for next week, right? Okay, I'm gonna share my screen very briefly. So, first things first. This is actually the guideline for this week as we go forward into some of the perks of data analysis. And it's interesting to see that it's laid out, all the prep work that you need to do. It's important for you guys to download this add-in into your Excel spreadsheet so you can, test it out and perform, all the statistical analysis for your survey responses, right? Um, basically, some of the examples here laid out here, they are from an example from other professor, but I went ahead and kind of check it out, the examples that you guys have on your canvas. And it's important to notice that, first of all, there's a spreadsheet called Galusi. Uh, but this spreadsheet does not correspond to the examples laid out here into your guidelines. However, the appropriate spreadsheet is called a statistical analysis, right? So you're going to find this in your resources from Module 3, and you can download it and start playing around with the with those numbers and crunch, all the data that you have. For example, there another point to notice is that it oftentimes they play around with the marital variables, whether someone is married or not married, but you can actually substitute in your spreadsheet by attendance, basically, attending church or not, or age range or income range. You can play out those numbers so that you can perform, for example, those logical functions as if and other functions that you're going to find out that is quite interesting in your Excel spreadsheet. And as you move along from your guideline, you see that you can create multiple categories, from your answers, or kind of compress them into fewer categories, or just collapse them into more categories by utilizing, some of those functions here. And also make your database a little bit more readable in terms of the statistical analysis, right? So there's a couple of videos that you can rely on. They are pretty easy to follow. And another thing that is important is to address, your database as let's say as a very organized database, right? So you gotta have, your original data or primary data, as you say it, and then have an extra sheet with the code workbook. Basically, it's metadata, information that you have on your variables, whether they are ordinary, categorical, and, lay out all the information that is necessary for you to go back and understand what you guys did, basically, if in case of of your analysis. All right, so there are a couple of tools that you can actually perform and on your Excel, for example, pivot table, which is very useful because it can aggregate and play around with columns and lines and understand a little bit more how they are how you can cross tab all those informations that you guys have from your surveys. And if you move along here, you can see it's a beautiful way of, organizing all your data in a more user-friendly way, so to speak. As you move along, to the to this guideline, you can see there is a couple of others informations here, especially in terms of doing the statistical analysis. So basically, you can actually, utilize the tool data pack on your spreadsheet, right? And it's a very straightforward analysis. It's going to pop up, this box and asking you what type of analysis you guys want to make, and then you can hit OK and highlight your columns and lines that you want to analyze it, and then play out with the results, basically with the outcome, so you can get a couple of insights or test it out your hypothesis and so on and so forth. So this is actually, if you go through this and then have any difficulties in applying some of the tools here, please do let me know. And also, whether you're in doubt about, the hypothesis testing and or any other information, please go ahead and reach out to me. I'm more than happy, to have a Zoom video conference so that you can just, answer all your questions. All right. So this is actually the guideline. Right now, I'm gonna show you the spreadsheet that is important for you to know. Just give me 1 second. I'm gonna pull it out right here, right now. And there you go. Okay, it's open up all my supplements here. So bear with me. My computer is a little bit slow today. Um, there you go. So here's is the spreadsheet that you guys are going to download if you want to follow all those examples and follow them through. Um, so here's the first data that you're gonna have. So as I said, there's the ID from your respondent, age, attendance, level of education, and a couple of other informations that you guys gonna discover going into the second sheet. Here's is your code book. It's an example. So for each variable, there is an explanation here, whether it's numeric, whether it's this, categorical, or there's any liquor scale through it. And you can move along here and see, apologize, it's my dog barking. So we can have a couple of informations here, and also the examples that will follow through. For example, some of the hypotheses that is laid out into your guidelines and so on and so forth. Okay, so you can, if you have any doubts, please let me know. All right, bye.